homework questions for chapter 4-2. So I can, most of them you can do because most of you know how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide functions. It's when y'all get to the composition, y'all really suck at that. So let's go to the homework and let's see what we can come up with. Assignments and 4.2. I covered 4.1 yesterday. So let's look at some 4.2 questions. I'll start with the first test question that I see. Okay, this is a test question. So let's do this one, and I'll blow it up for you because I know Mr. Bostic will complain because he's a diva. So let's go ahead and there we go. All right, let's do this question. Since it's a test question, let's go ahead and do it. Go ahead and write it down. I'm going to write it down also. 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Got 2 people that do not have their videos on. Please turn your videos on. I don't know why I have to ask that every single class. I know, you forget. All right, so f of x is equal to 2x plus 7. And g of x is equal to 1 plus x. And we're going to do everything. I'm not even going to look at the answers because there's 5 or 6 things that you can do with functions. Okay? One is you can add them. Oh, I see that, Miss McGee. I saw that. 2, you can subtract them. 3, you can multiply them. And 4, you can what? You can divide them. And 5, you can compose them. Okay? So with that being said, we're going to do it old school. I'm going to write it. Here we go. Hold your pinky up. F plus g of x. That's the way that you do it. Hold your pinky up. But you go back to pre-algebra and you do 2x plus 7 plus 1 plus x. Distribute the 1, distribute the positive, and you get 2x plus 7 plus 1 plus x. And that's 2x plus x is 3x. 7 plus 1 is 8. Okay, now I'm not going to insult anybody's intelligence. You've been doing this since pre-algebra. The only thing different is you're writing it in a fancy way. This is the way you did it in pre-algebra. You were given this, and you were given this, and you were told to put a plus between it, and then you did it. Now, it's this, hold your pinky up, and this, hold your pinky up, and this, hold your pinky up, and go back to pre-algebra and do it. That's it. Okay? Question, right, complaint. Okay, subtraction. F subtract g of x. Go back to pre-algebra. 2x plus 7. And I'm going to add something, and you know I'm going to add that red. Why am I going to add that red negative? I didn't do that with positive. Why am I doing that?
It's an essential part of the equation.
Because it changes the whole second part. Yes. So this is a positive 1 because there's nothing in front of it. So that doesn't do anything. That just 2x plus 7. But that negative is going to make this a negative and make that a negative. And that's going to be a negative 1 and a negative x. 2x minus x is x. And 7 minus 1 is 6. Do y'all know when I came out of high school and I started at Tri-County Tech, I turned over a desk in Pickens 122. Do you know why I turned over a desk in Pickens 122? Because of that negative right there. You know, out of high school, you're pretty much a caveman, so you think you can fix all your answers by turning over something. All right, you know, stupid man syndrome. And I missed 2 or 3 problems on a test because of that negative right there. So that negative can cause you all kinds of problems. Capiche? And we've got 12. So everybody's got their videos on. Thank you very much. All right. So now we're going to do F times. F of x is equal to 2x plus 7. G of x is equal to 1 plus x. And now we want, hold your pinky up, F times G of x. Go back to pre-algebra. 2x plus 7 times 1 plus x. Dang old FOIL method. 2x plus 2x squared plus 7 plus 7x. 2x squared plus 9x plus 7. Please check my algebra. Again, this is more like Algebra 1. You hold your pinky up when you write it like this, and that's a big dot. And then you say, well, I'm going back to Algebra 1 and do it this way. That's all you do. Now, division, there's not much you can do with this except make it a fraction because you can't cancel anything. So division, I'm going to show you that one. That's not really a big deal. F divided by G of x is going to be equal to 2x plus 7 over 1 plus x. And there's really not anything you can do besides that. So where do people screw up everything? With the composition. That's when y'all screw it up. So I've devised a way to show y'all how not to screw that up. All right? F of x is equal to 2x plus 7. G of x is equal to 1 plus x. I'm going to do 4 compositions. F, hold your pinky up, F composed of G, G composed of F, F composed of F, and G composed of G. And basically you're using substitution. But you got to remember how to do it. And I guarantee you somebody out there in this class has always sucked at composition because you didn't know how to do it. So what I do is I tell students to highlight the first letter. The first letter you're going to rewrite. I saw that, Miss Taylor. I saw that. She didn't even do the red solo cup. She just threw the can up. All right. I'm going to rewrite that composition, that equation, with a BA set of parentheses. All right. So watch what I do here. 2 parentheses plus 7. 1 plus parentheses. 2 parentheses plus 7. 1 plus parentheses. So whatever that first letter is, I'm going to rewrite it with a BA set of parentheses. Big attitude, parentheses. The second letter, I'm going to highlight yellow. And the second letter is going to be substituted. So somebody tell me what g of x is. 1 plus x. So it goes right there. What is f? 2x plus 7. What is f? 2x plus 7. What is g? 1 plus x. And that's how you do composition. I guarantee you, nobody has ever showed you to do that with colors before. Unless they're one of my students. Now all it is 100% what? Algebra. So go ahead and finish these 4. And that's how you do composition. Composition is nothing but substitution. Just hold your pinky up. Anybody want to volunteer if they've ever had problems with composition of functions before? Anybody?
Yeah.
Who was that?
Mozell.
You've had problems in the past with composition?
Yes.
Well, that's the way right here to uncluster it. That's a Marine term. That term was, golly, that term was popular in the Marine Corps 25 years ago. Cluster. Well, I'm not going to say the other, but cluster. Some people think that's a new word. No, it's not a new word. All right, so here we go. I'm going to write it in black so you can see it. And plus, I've used my 36 Sharpies. All right, that's going to be 2 plus 2x plus 7. And the answer is 2x plus 9. That's a 1 right there. So 1 plus 2x plus 7. 2x plus 8. Four x plus 14 plus 7. 4x plus 21. And 1 plus 1 plus x. X plus 2. Now, the question did not ask you for composition. I killed 2 birds with 1 stone. I did the homework question, what they asked for, and then I added this for the instruction today of composition because this is what people suck at. I'm going to leave that up a few minutes, so for the one person that's going to use the videos, you can actually pause it. And that's it. Now let's go to another question. I just want to show you the different type of questions you'll see on a test. This is a test question, so that's, okay, the domain, f divided by g. Okay, what was f divided by g? F divided by g is right here. So you can't have 0 in the denominator, so you got to set the denominator equal what? 0. So 1 plus x is equal to 0. Therefore, x cannot equal -1. So your domain for f divided by g is -infinity to -1 exclusive and 1 to infinity exclusive. Or you can say all real numbers except x cannot equal -1. You can say it like that if you want to. All right, I didn't see that one, but anyway, let's move on to another test question. That's another one like we just did. That's another one like we just did, just plug and chug. I'm trying to see if there's any different type. Here okay, this one you plug the numbers in, so let's do this one. So I'll write it down while y'all are writing it down. F of x is equal to x squared minus 6x, and g of x is equal to 6 minus x cubed. And they want f plus g of 4. A is f plus g of 4. B, g minus f of 2. G minus f of 2. F times g of 2. F times g of 2. And g divided by f of negative 2. G divided by f of negative 2. Now, there's two ways you can do this. Does anybody know the first way? Or does anybody know of a way? There's two ways. Does anybody know either one? You can do algebra first, then do plug and chug. Or you can plug and chug first, then do the algebra. Say like 4. I plug 4 in here. I get 4 squared is 16 minus 24. I get a number. Then I do it over here. Then I add those two numbers. So you can do the plug and chug first and then do the algebra. Or you can do the algebra and then do the plug and chug. Now, I'm going to do the first one both ways. All right. First, I'm going to do algebra first. So A, f plus g of 4. Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. Okay. F plus g of 4. I'm going to do number 1 first. I'm going to do algebra first. So x squared minus 6x plus 6 minus x cubed. And that's going to give me negative x cubed plus x squared minus 6x plus 6. Everybody with me? Not really anything you can combine. And now you're going to plug in a 4. So negative 4 cubed plus 4 squared minus 6 times 4 plus 6. That's negative 64 plus 16 minus 24 plus 6. Well, negative 64 plus 16 is what, 48? That'd be negative 48, be a negative 72 plus 6, be negative 66. Somebody check my math. Somebody do the math for me and see what you get. That means I want somebody to say something.
Negative 66.
Is that what you got?
Yeah.
All right, now let's do it the other way. I'll do it over here, method 2. Okay, so parentheses squared minus 6x, parentheses, and I'm going to plug in a 4. And then I'm going to get a number. So 4 squared is 16. And 6 times 4 is 24. And 16 minus 24 is negative what? Negative 8. So that's what happens when I plug 4 into this. Somebody check my math and make sure you get a negative 8. And then I take that 4 and I plug it into this. 6 minus parentheses 4 squared to the third power. And 6 minus 64. I have no idea. What is that, 58? And what is negative 8 plus a negative 58?
Negative 66.
So can I do it both ways? You can do it either way you want. But since this is the way that they teach you with compositions, I'm going to stick with this method. As far as teaching, I'm going to teach this method, but you can do that method if you want to. All right, now I want y'all to do G minus F of 2. And I'm going to do it this way. G minus F of 2. F of x is equal to x squared minus 6x, and g of x is equal to 6 minus x cubed. And we want B f g minus f of 2. So g is 6 minus x cubed minus, put a red minus there, f is x squared minus 6x. All right, I'm going to let y'all work on it. So I'm going to distribute that negative. And there's a positive 1 right here, but nobody worries about it because it's positive. So 6 minus x cubed minus plus x squared 6x. And now we get negative x cubed minus x squared plus 6x plus 6. Plug in a 2. And that's going to be negative 8 minus 4 plus 12 plus 6. The 12s cancel, and that leaves 6. All right, now let's do f times g of 2. f times g of 2. And that's going to be x squared minus 6 times 6 minus x cubed. First, 6x squared outside, negative x to the what? 5th. Inside, negative 36. And last, positive 6x cubed. So that's going to be 6x cubed minus, negative x to the 5th plus 6x cubed plus 6x squared minus 36. Negative parentheses, and we're going to plug in a 2 plus 6 times 2 parentheses 3 plus 6 times 2 squared minus 36. That's negative 32. 6 times 8 is 6 times 8, 48. Help me out. I hate 8s.
Shouldn't it be x squared minus 6x at the top for f?
Thank you. Okay, that changes things. X squared, that'd be 6. That'd be 36x. Okay, first outside, negative x to the 5th, that's still good. 36x, and then last, negative 6x to the 4th. Is that good? Thank you. Positive 6x to the 4th. So that's positive 6x to the 4th. Negative x to the 5th plus 6x to the 4th plus 6x squared minus 36x. And that's going to be a 2. Y'all check me, make sure I ain't screwed up. And that should be a 4th right here. 6x to the 4th. So 2 to the 4th is what? 16? 16 times 6 is what? 96? Somebody help me out. What's 16 times 6? 96?
Yeah, it's 96.
Plus 24 minus 72. Negative 32 plus 96 is what? Hold on a minute.
64.
64, thank you. 64 plus 24 is 88. I'm checking myself. 88 minus 72. Dang old what? 16? Somebody check my math.
It's 16.
Yeah, 16.
Let's go ahead and check our answers while we're moving. And you can see some of these can take a little bit of time because of the tedious math. Let's look and see. What is F plus? We got negative 66. And the next one, B, we got 6. And the next one, we got 16. And what's the last one? G divided by F. Well, G is 6 minus x cubed divided by F, which is x squared minus 6x. And we're going to evaluate that at negative 2. So 6 minus negative 2 cubed over negative 2 squared minus 6 times negative 2. 6 minus a negative 8 over 4 minus 6 times negative 2 is negative 12. 6 plus 8 is 14. And 4 plus 12 is what? 16? And that's equal to what? 7 over 8? And let's check it. 7 over 8. And you feel good about yourself, and that's a number 2 test question right there. Put that up for the one person that's going to watch the video. All right. Let's see if we can find one more, and then we're going to move on. And the one I'm looking for is a graph. Okay, there's G. Okay, let's do this one. It's composition. So there's your composition. I'm going to let y'all do it. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Miss Taylor, where are those kitty cats?
I have no idea.
I know where they are. They're on the floor laying in the sun. That's where mine are.
That or in my bed.
All right, so f of x, I'm going to do all 4. F of x is equal to 6x minus 8. G of x is equal to 5 minus 5x. And I'm not even going to worry about what they're asking for because I'm going to do all 4. And then I'll give you all another minute or 2 to finish up. Oh, the things I do for y'all. All right, somebody tell me, what am I going to plug in right here?
5 minus 5x.
5 minus 5x. What am I going to plug in here?
6x minus 8.
And 5 minus 5, or sorry, 6x minus 8. And 5 minus 5x. All right, I'm going to give you a few more seconds to finish up the 2 that you need to do. I think the first 2 is probably what they ask the most. So the Conjuring's coming out next week. I'm gonna watch that one.
Is it
Not
the
any
third?
Conjuring
Is that the
fans.
third one they've had?
Yeah, but technically you can't count it as the third one because Annabelle and Loma, they all kind of cross fit. So it's, yeah, but it's the third Conjuring movie, yes. I love the Conjuring movies and the Annabelle movies and the, oh yeah, La Loma, the woman in the wedding dress. Oh yeah, that's some good stuff.
Is she the one that steals the kids?
Yeah. Sound like we got a horror fan out there. I'm a horror fan. I'm not no. I don't like the home invasions. I don't like zombies. I think zombies are the dumbest things on the planet. I think that's the stupidest idea. I don't understand that. And I don't like home invasions. I don't like that. And my man is Michael and Jason. I love Michael Myers and Jason. I'm not a big Freddy Krueger fan. And Chucky and the Leprechaun are stupid. So I don't watch them either.
You ever been to Mad World?
What?
You ever been to Mad World?
No, what is that?
It's a haunted trail in Piedmont off 85 at exit 35.
Oh,
I used to work there. I'm probably working there this season.
I'm not into those kind of things, but I just like horror movies. That's all I like. I like horror movies and time travel movies and science fiction. That's my favorites. Okay, let's see what y'all got. 30 minus 30x minus 8. And 30 minus 8 is 22. So negative 30x plus 22. 5 minus 30x plus 40. And that'll give us 45, or negative 30x plus 45. 36x minus 48 minus 8. 36x minus 56. Check my math on that one. And 5 minus 25 plus 25x. 25x minus 20. And now, how difficult is composition now? Anybody want to say if it's more difficult or less difficult?
Less.
Less.
Dang old colors, man. Dang old highlighters. Dang old pigment. Make it easier to understand. Something as simple as colors. I just hope I didn't use any colors that offends anybody. Allah Akbar Masalama. Any questions on that one? That's a good test question. Let's see if we got the first two right. Yeah, I don't want to complain. He making fun of Middle Eastern people. What'd he say? I don't know. He just said it Middle Eastern. He was making fun of people. Whatever. F composed of G, negative 30x plus 22. And we feel good about ourselves. G of F, sorry, is negative 30x plus 45. And we feel good about ourselves. I do want to get to the graphing one. I'll probably give you a couple of these. Oh, there's a fraction. Y'all won't be able to get that one right. There's a radical. Oh, yeah, let me forget these. Y'all skip these, right? I don't know why it's doing this. It's not like I'm running anything else. That's another one. Come on, graph, where are you? There's a graphing problem, and watch them not even show it. Okay, I guess it's not in this section. No. Okay. I guess it's not in this section. All right, so let's move on. The rest of these word problems are just composition, plugging and chug, or substitution, or adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. Let's move on to the last section, which is 4.3. So let's go to assignments. Let's go to 4.3. And 4.3 is 1-to-1. I don't test you a lot on 1-to-1. You're going to get more questions out of 4.1 and 4.2 than you are out of 4.3. So you might want to write that down. Remember, there's 2 tests. Chapter 3, Chapter 4. There's 2 tests. And we will go over those tomorrow, which is Friday. All right. Remember, when you're doing a 1-to-1 function, the horizontal line test is a 1-to-1. What do you mean, Hubert? Well, let me show you, because that shows you a lot. If I have a function, and let's say the function looks like this. If I draw a horizontal line test and I cross that point, the function at one point, then this is a 1-to-1 function. So take my green lighter, and this is a 1-to-1 function. What does a 1-to-1 function mean? That means for every x, you have a what? A y. You don't have 2 y's. You don't have 4 y's. You have 1 y. Versus this one. Is this a 1-to-1? No. This is not a 1-to-1. For every x, you have 2 y's. Or for every y, you have 2 x's. Sorry. This is not a 1-to-1, because for every y, you have 2 what? You have 2 x's. For every y, you have 2 x's. So it's not 1-to-1. Horizontal line test, one time, you have a 1-to-1 function. Horizontal line test more than once, you do not have a function, because the one y, let's say this y is 4. 4 has a 2 and a -2 for x's. So for 4, you have 2 x's, and that's not a 1-to-1. So as long as your x's and y's are 1-to-1, meaning they have different answers, x gives you different y, x gives you different y, x gives you different y, then you're okay. But if you have 2 x's that give you the same y, or 2 y's that give you the same x, it's not 1-to-1. And if I give you a 1-to-1, it's going to be a graphing question. Okay. This one right here, 3-2, 1-5, 2-6, 0-4. Is there any repetition of either one of these numbers for x or for y? No. So this is a 1-to-1 function. Okay. I don't know what they're asking. We'll see. Let's see. Determine if the function by arrow diagram to the right has an inverse. Well, the inverse would be the opposite. Be 2, 3, 5, 1, 6, 2, 4, 0. So which one says what I just said? Which one says 2, 3, 5, 1, 6, 2, and 4, 0? Which one says that? Bravo. But that's not a test question. You can see that on homework. I want to show you a test question. And they'll give you a graph. How do you check? Do f composed of g of x. Watch what happens. And then do g composed of f of x. If you get the same answer, it's 1-to-1. So let's do g composed f composed of g. And f of x is equal to 4x. And g of x is equal to x over 4. Okay, we're going to do g composed of f and f composed of g. And let's see what happens. All right, I'm going to write f with a big set of parentheses. And I'm going to rewrite g with a big set of parentheses. And I'm going to plug in here x over 4. And I'm going to plug in here 4x. 4's cancel. You're left with x. 4's cancel. You're left with x. So this is a 1-to-1 function. I guarantee you there's some of y'all out there that skipped this whole part on the test because you didn't know how to do composition of functions. X and x. Are these two 1-to-1? Yes. I still want to find they just want you to plug and chug. All right, here's a standardized test question along with a test question. Is this a 1-to-1 function? 2, 9, 5, 9, 9, 3, 6, 17. Is there any repetition?
No.
I don't know.
Sure?
Yeah,
A 9.
the 9s.
My bad, yes.
Yep, so it is not a one-to-one function. I figured they'd have a question. Okay, here we go. Well, the function graph to the right there. Draw your horizontal line, but you got to be careful because this guy's, look there. If you draw a line right here, are you going to hit that function more than 1 point?
Yes.
So it's not a one-to-one. Depends on that part right there, and you have to blow it up a little bit. If you draw a horizontal line through there, where's my line? Give me a second, guys. Let's draw it right here. Does it cross more than 1 point? Yeah, there's several points in there. There may be 1 or 2, but it's got to be more than 1. So yeah, you've got several points in there. So the answer would be no. It is not one-to-one. That's, I disagree with that. No, sir. You got to blow that up. Let's blow it up even more. I disagree with that. Right there. And I would not use this. I would not use a cubic function on a test because technically you could argue. Now, if there's an incline in that right there, then, but what's the problem? Can you see the incline with the naked eye? No. So what you need to do, and I should have done this, because that looked like that was level. So what we'll do is let's punch it. Well, we don't know what the function is. I was going to say punch it in the calculator. It's a cubic function, and it's got a y-intercept of +1. So it looks like x cubed +1, but we don't know exactly what's in front of the x cubed. So is this a fair question? No, it's not a fair question. Let's see if there's another one that's a little bit better. Another graph. I don't see one. Maybe there's another graph somewhere. The type question I would, and I want to show you one more thing. Okay, here's another test question. Find the inverse of 5x plus 9. Find the inverse of 5x plus 9. So g prime of x, or g of x, sorry, is equal to 5x plus 9. And they want you to find the inverse. And this is the way you do it. I don't care if you're in trig. I don't care if you're in calculus. I don't care if you're in Math 101. If you want to find the inverse function, this is what you do. First thing you do is you use y. So instead of gx, I'm going to write that as y. Anybody know what to do next? Exchange or interchange, whatever you want to call it, x and what? Y. So bring the x over here and put the y right there, and you get x is equal to 5y plus 9. And then what's number 3? Solve for y, which is really y to the -1. So now I'm going to solve for y. Minus 9, minus 9, x minus 9 is equal to 5y. Divide by 5. And y inverse is equal to x minus 9 divided by 5. That's a test question. All right, let's do another one. Well, let's type this one in. X minus 9 over 5. X minus 9 over 5. I feel like I'm doing y'all's homework for you. All right, you find the inverse here. I'm going to let y'all do this one. Miss Hankel, where are you? Are you vacationing in Florida?
No, I'm at my house.
Oh, you just have palm trees. Where do you live? Have palm trees.
Charleston.
Okay.
Where
My
at in Charleston?
daughter went to Charleston,
I'm
College of
West
Charleston,
Ashley.
and she loves Charleston.
We have a house in Isle of Palms.
We don't care about you, Boston. We don't care about you. You like the Isle of Palms, Mr. Boston?
Yeah, my mom and dad, we have a house down there.
That's good. Well, it looks like you're taking it easy beside the pool. I appreciate you, with the palm trees in the pool. I appreciate you showing us, how life is in Charleston.
You're so welcome.
I personally am a Panama City guy myself. I don't like the Atlantic Ocean. I like if something's going to eat me or if something's going to chew off my leg, I'd like to see it. That's why I like Panama City. You can see what's fixing to attack you, okay?
That's why I don't like swimming in lakes.
The Atlantic Ocean, you cannot see. I mean, it could be a dang old shark and you wouldn't even know it. Tell me if I'm not right.
Yeah, it's pretty true. I don't like oceans or lakes I can't see the water through.
Oh,
That's why I like
listen.
swimming.
Listen, I go down to Panama City when I can. I haven't been down there in years, but I like to go to the beach more just to be on the beach. I might get in the water, but if I'm gonna get in the water, it's gonna be at the pool, okay? Because I don't
Same.
want dang old jaws chomp 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 on me. I don't want that. No. And when you grew up like me, and 1977, you went to see Jaws when you were 10, 11 years old. No, you don't get in the ocean. Some of y'all have never seen that movie, which is really sad.
That is sad.
All right, so let's do this one. Maybe they'll have an animated movie about Jaws, and y'all will watch that one. Sponsored by Tide Pods. G of x is equal to negative x squared plus 7. I'm going to, and x is positive. X is greater than or equal to 0, so that means all positive numbers. So let's go with y is equal to negative x squared plus 7. subtract or interchange. That'd be x is equal to negative y squared plus 7 minus 7 minus 7. X minus 7 is equal to negative y squared. Divide by negative 1. Divide by negative 1. Negative x plus 7 is equal to y squared. Take the square root of both sides, and that's where this comes into play. And you get y inverse is equal to the square root of negative x plus 7. Question. That is a test question. So you got 2 test questions there. I've given you 2 test questions on the other things. So I'm trying to help y'all out a little bit. You're welcome. Isn't it great that you can take a class from Charleston? I think that's great. Anybody else outside of Anderson, Coconino, Pickens? Anybody?
I'm in Columbia.
Columbia, isn't that great?
Greenville.
Good. I think that's great. Isn't it a whole lot better than taking an online class? I think so, because at least you get to see what's actually being done versus trying to email your teacher and he or she never emails you back. That's like giving a haircut over the phone. How in the world can you do an online class without at least doing videos or something?
That's what most of them do.
Sucks. All right, so let's just move on and let's see. Let's see if we got that right. G prime of x is the square root of negative x plus 7. And we feel good about ourselves. Gosh, I've done y'all's 4.2 and 4.3 homework. Okay, now we're going to do this one, and this one is kind of several questions together. First of all, we're going to do the inverse function. So let's write that down. G of x is equal to the cube root of x minus 2. I don't care what the directions are saying because we're going to do what I want to do, what I want to show you. So y is equal to the cube root of x minus 2. X is equal to the cube root of y minus 2. How do I get rid of a cube root?
Multiply both sides by it.
Not multiply, raise both sides to the what power?
Third power.
Yes. So I'm going to take my handy dandy orange marker. And I get x to the third is equal to y minus 2. And y inverse is equal to x cubed plus 2. Now let's graph both of these guys. Do different colors. I'm going to graph using different colors. And I'm not going to use black. We're going to use the magenta. We're going to do the cube root.
Oh no, that's racist.
I'm sorry. What?
Oh no, that's racist.
I'm not using black because black is the model for our parent graphs, and we're not doing that right now. We're doing inverse graphs of each other. All right, so x minus 2, besides I'm a terrorist, x minus 2 raised to the 1/3 power. Okay, that's the cube root of x minus 2. And then in green, we're going to do x cubed plus 2. And you should see the inverses of each other. Oh, shoot. Suck. Hold on. Plus 2. And here they are. And zoom 6. There's that one. And there's that one. How do you know? Well, take your handy dandy y is equal. And now we're going to use the black. And we're going to change it to a dashed line of 45 degrees. Can't use your mouse, dork. 45 degrees. See? They are symmetrical to each other around the 45 degrees. That's how you know if you have an inverse. Kind of cool, isn't it? Mr. Scanley, settle down, please. Now, I'm going to warn you this time. You don't need to be talking out loud. That is a beautiful picture of Mr. James or Mrs. James' wall. That's just beautiful. I'm going to give you a hard time, Miss James. I'm sorry. And Mr. King, the King brothers, they're still out trying to chop down that tree. Well, it looks like they're driving their truck in their back window. You need to watch those King brothers. I think they're up to no good. All right. So I think we are done, y'all. I mean, I just did y'all's homework for y'all. There's B right there. I'll let you see what the last two look like. Is the function 3x to the third plus 4 a 1-to-1? Well, graph it, do the horizontal line test, or do this and see if it has an inverse. Several things you can do there. Same thing there. All right. Now, y'all not going to send me any questions, so I guess I'll just do the test tomorrow. We'll probably go through both tests. I don't know if I'll answer all the questions. I'll just show you the questions because we only have like an hour and a half to do 2 tests. And I give y'all plenty of time to do the test, but I don't have enough time in class to cover both tests. Okay, so we'll do the first one, and then we'll see how much time we have left on the second one, because the second one is shorter. It's only going to be like 10 math questions with 10 bonus questions. All right, does anybody have any questions about the homework or the test that we're going to go over tomorrow?
When are the tests going to be due?
I don't know. Let's go look, because I don't want to ask my teacher that. I'd rather go to my lab's math and look it up, right? I don't know who asked that, so I'm just being an asshole. I'm sorry. Let's see. Math 109. And let's go to assignments. And what does assignments tell you? Tells you the due date. So there's chapter 2. We're doing chapter what? Oh, I haven't put them in yet. Okay, my bad. I suck. There, we got to put it in. So let's do that right now. I usually do that when I do the review test, but we'll do it ahead of time. Let's go with assignment manager. Yeah, that's when I usually do it. I usually do it on the day of the test. So here we go. And that's chapter 3. 3, 3-1, 3-2, 3-3, 3-4, 3-5, 4, 4-1, 4-2, 4-3. And they will be due on Friday, which is the 28th. And then we'll set the test. Let's go set the test up. I'll have to do this tomorrow. There's our test, and let's go ahead and do 2. And okay, they already set 3 and 4 is the 28th. Good. And let's go down here, and there's the 3. And I already got the test started. I thought I did that. They already 28th through the 31st. Now you're not going to see the test until tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. So that's why you wasn't able to see it. So let's go back to the main and go to assignments, and it should have the dates on the homework. Now I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all this. Your inability to manage your time does not constitute an emergency in my case. Okay? I told y'all each week we were going to be doing a unit test. And I told y'all what I tell you, y'all got to meet me halfway and y'all got to do the homework. If you can't get the homework done, emphasize on the test because that's 80% of your grade. All right, who's got questions now that I answered that question? Who's got a question? Okay, I think Mr. Whaley, I'm going to have to send his name in because he came in, which is good. Starnes still hadn't showed up, so I'm going to send Mr. Whaley's name into student records. Other than that, y'all have a good weekend, and I will see y'all Monday, okay?
Bye.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
as well.
Y'all have a good weekend. No, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye. I suck. All right, Miss Giordano. First of all, Miss Giordano, did I have you in another class?
No, not that I think